Please consider subscribing. We release new tutorials every Monday and Friday, 7 PM New Zealand time, and we have hundreds more tutorials like this that you can check out. Alright, I'm about to show you how to play the bass line and the chords at the same time, which is quite difficult, but if you would like a beginner version, then that will begin at this point right here, where I teach you just the chords by themselves. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to teach you is how to play the bass line and the chords at the same time. So it's kind of tricky, but if you slow it down, it's definitely possible. So the trick is about knowing when the chord falls and when the bass line falls. Okay, so our bass line is... Okay, seems simple enough. And now what we're going to do is we're going to overlay the chords on top. Okay, so our chords are D, A, B minor 7, G, and A is a passing chord at the end there. So if we're going to start out with our first finger on the 5th fret playing this D note on the A string, D chord, okay. So D and then chord. So when I say chord, I'm saying pluck these 3 strings, the B string, G string and D string on the 7th fret by barring the 7th fret like so. Because we're going bass, chord. Then we're going to move this finger up to our 7th fret and slide up from the 7th to the 9th. And then with your first finger, play that D chord again. Okay. So firstly it was this finger playing that D chord, but when we slide up from the 7th to the 9th, now we're going to play that D chord again, but this time with our first finger. Okay, so we've got... Okay, so far. That's nice and simple. Bass, chord, slide, chord. And at the same time as we're playing these 3 strings, we're getting our bass note played in there at the same time. Okay, this A on the 7th fret of our D string. Next we're going to hammer on from the 7th to the 9th fret of our D string, and then chord. Okay, still that D chord. So far we have hammer on, chord, and that bass note at the same time. Again, that 7th fret D string bass again, and the chord. So. Then we just play that same hammer on from the 7th to the 9th fret, but this time on our A string. Chord. Okay, and chord again. So we've got... Okay, so each time we play that note we land on the bass again. Okay, so that's our D chord done. That's one of our 4 chords all done already. So bass, D, slide up to the 7th to the 9th, chord and bass, hammer on from the 7th to the 9th on the D string, chord and bass, then do the same thing on the A string, chord and bass. Okay, that's what we've got so far. And don't even think about playing it fast, just play this super slow until you have got it sus, because it is very, very tricky. Next is our A chord. You're going to bar the 5th fret, all the strings, and then play an E shape chord above it. Okay, so middle finger onto the 6th fret of a G, and then ring finger and little finger on the 7th fret of your D and A strings. Okay, this time we're going to do the same rhythm again, so bass, chord. Okay, this time bass is on the lowest E string. Bass, chord. This time we're going to play the bass on the 7th fret of the E string, and then we're going to slide up from the 7th to the 9th of the E string again. And then we're going to jump back to play the top of the A chord, and I'm going to suggest using these 2 fingers to do it. Okay, so remember we're up to the A chord now, so we're going bass, chord, slide up, chord, and that's the tricky part, so you've got to go like that and then land back on that A chord again. Okay. Chord. Then we're going to play this bass note the E on the 7th fret of your A string, and then chord again, like that. Bass and chord, okay? Bass and chord, bass, chord, chord. Okay, so again, A, bass and chord, A, chord, chord. So bass note, chord, slide up, chord, okay? Sorry, bass and chord, bass by itself, chord, chord, okay? One more time. So far we have A, next we're going to jump up and play our B minor 7th chord, but just by barring the 7th fret all the strings, bass, which is the low B bass there, B chord, then we're going to play 2 times on the 9th fret of your A string, chord, because we've got bass, chord, bass, bass, chord. And when we play chord that time, we're also adding this E bass on the 7th fret of your A string. So bass, like that. Okay, so that's up added. Low B bass, chord, F sharp bass, twice, chord, and E bass, chord, chord. Oh, sorry. So B bass, chord, F sharp bass twice, and then chord and bass. Okay, on the 7th fret of your A string. Then repeat it again. Sorry, bass, chord, bass, 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 and chord. Yep. So that's the rhythm. That's the easiest way to say it. Bass, chord, bass, bass, chord. What's the bass? Oh, sorry. Again. Bass, chord, bass, 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 and chord. Like that. And again. Nice. There we go. Finally. And then our last chord is a G chord, and it's the same rhythm as what we did for the A chord, but now we're just 2 frets lower here on the 3rd fret. Okay, so this is a familiar pattern that we did with the A already, but now on the 3rd fret, sorry. So bass, chord, slide, bass, chord by itself, bass, chord, chord. And then move it up 2 frets to play this A chord by itself with no bass as a passing chord. Okay, so let's go from B minor. G, bass and chord, bass, chord. Then move up and play the A chord once as our passing chord. So if we put that all together very slowly. Sorry. B minor 7. G. A is our passing chord. Alright, and now finally we're going to teach you the lead guitar part. Okay, so we're going to start here on our, where are we, 11th fret of your G string, slide up to the 11th fret of your G string, and also to your 10th fret of your E string. Okay, like that. Okay, then slide down to the 7th fret of the same strings. Okay. Then back to our first position, and then we move up 1 fret from the 11th fret to the 12th fret of the G string, and also moving up to our 12th fret of our high E string. Okay, so we've got so far. Okay, and we're playing, 12th fret, G and E, move it up 2 more frets. Okay, to our 14th fret. Sorry, so far we have. Okay. Okay, now we're going to slide up from our 5th fret to the 7th fret on our B and G strings. Okay, so you play the note once, slide up 2 frets and then back down. Okay. Like that. Simple lick. Next, we're going to move up to our 14th fret on the E and 15th fret on the B. Play those notes twice. Okay, so that's 14th and 15th fret. Move down your E string 2 frets, but move your your B string down 1 fret. Okay, so now we're on the 12th fret and 14th fret of the higher string and then second highest string. Now we're going to slide down to our 9th fret on the E string and 10th fret on the B string, and land on that shape there. Okay, so we're going. Okay, lastly is our little lick there in that same position. Just move your first finger down to the 9th fret of your G string on the guitar, not the one in your butt. And so now you're on the 9th fret and 10th fret. Slide up 2 frets on those 2 strings, like that. And then while you're down there, you're now barring our 12th fret on the E string and B string. Play those 2 notes and then slide down 2 frets to the 10th fret of your B string and E string, like that. Okay, so starting on the 9th fret and 10th fret, B string and G string, slide up 2. Then now you're in position to play the 12th fret, E string and B string, and then slide down to 2 frets lower. And that's the intro. And that's the whole song. Now obviously you don't have to play the bass and the chords at the same time. If you're a beginner, you might like just play the chords. Okay, if you're in a band situation as a guitar player, that's what you would want to play. But the arrangement where you play the bass and the chords is if you're playing on perhaps an acoustic guitar by yourself, no bass player, so it's just you and you want to fill out that sound a little bit. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing. 2 tutorials a week on this channel. If you want to learn another Nesian Mystik song, click that box up there. Otherwise, click that circle button to subscribe. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.